How's it going, the fams and the famettes? It's your boy, Jacksack, and I have a bag from the Royal Mail. Our sincere apologies for your invitation. Now, for fuck's sake. Best keep this bit safe then. Oh, I could actually climb. I wonder what was in here. Okay, so they actually damaged my thing. It got water damaged, I think. Probably from when it pissed it down with rain. It's not that wet though, it's just the front bit. Oh, there's a... Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, thank heck it's cards, and cards are... Ugh, if any of these are damaged, I'm going to actually sue them. I'm actually going to sue them. Still can't win them all, I suppose, and this clearly isn't very well packaged. It's not entirely their fault. But it is a matter of going joblot in a bag of sorts, and there is this ring of sellotape which really apparently hates me. And another ring of sellotape that apparently really dislikes me as well. Jesus. Well, it doesn't look like the cards are damaged, and most of them seem to be sleeved, so it's good. And this time, unlike the last job I got, which was like almost entirely lands, that actually seems to be them good. So let's crack this boy open. I said boy, I don't know. So there is a plane. Oh, actually, it's in. Oh, they're actually in. Oh god, it's like little mini boosters. So we have a planes, ambitious Aetherborn from that's Kaladesh, an island, thriving grubs from Kaladesh, and rouse the mob. Okay, strive, cast 3 more to cast each target on the first. Any number of target creatures get +2/+0 and gain trample in no turn. That's pretty good. I mean, I get, what is it, like Short Strike or something similar? 2/+0 and trample, even for 1 cost on 1 creature, that's still pretty good. 4 for 2. But I think there's the strive cost, for when you strive, seems to be a bit much, I'm gonna say. And put the land separately as well. I might make a Kaladesh Grubs deck at some point, because it was kind of funny. So we have another plane. We have an uncommon, which is Banishing Light. Ooh, I like the sound of this. Exile target non-land permanent until opponent controls the Banishing Light and leaves the battlefield. Hey, it's Seal Away, or that other new one. There is something that does the, like, I don't know, it's cool. That's cool, and it's from like Theros block, I think. We have Aviary Mechanic, which is Kaladesh. And it returns another permanent. Oh, you control, so it's like, oh, you sort of flicker. Air quotes. Bastion Mastodon. Again, ooh, I'm having a Kaladesh uncommon. 3 cost Fairgrounds Trumpeter. It's an Elephantis. At the beginning of each end step, if a +1/+1 was placed an opponent under your control this turn, put a +1/+1 on this card. 2/2 for 3 that can +1 itself. I'm guessing, does this activate multiple times for each +1/+1, or is it just generally if you put a +1, no matter how many, it just +1 itself? Because if it is for every +1/+1 effect you do against deck, there's +1/+1 as well. If that's the case, this is amazing. If not, it's It's also an elephant, which is kind of annoying, because you can't play an elves, which is like the main +1/+1 deck. But it's still an uncommon, so it's kind of neat, I suppose. So it's kind of like so this is kind of like actually having boosters as well. They're actually nice, thick sleeves too. Props to the person who found these sleeves. We have World Fast Monitor, lots of Kaladesh stuff, and Ireland. Yeah, weirdly, all the lands so far seem like they're a block. Highspire Artisan. We have another uncommon Kaladesh, Consul's Shield Guard, 4 cost. When it's battlefield, you get 2 energy tokens, and you can pay an energy when it attacks, and another target creature gains control when in return. Interesting! 4 cost 3/4 is not bad, and you get the benefit of getting some energy out of it. I guess. Whoops. There we go. But we have another uncommon, which is, I guess, Theros block. Phalanx Formation, 3 cost. Strive costs 1 more
2 more to cost for each target card beyond the first. Any number of target creatures can double strike till end of turn. I feel like that's like really good in Boros Modern, especially with that low strive cost. That's a pretty damn. That's an example of a good strive cost that costs less than the actual effect. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot, Kaladesh, Terror of the Fairgrounds, another Kaladesh card. We have another Kaladesh card, which is Brazen Scourge, which is a 3-cost 3/3 for 3 with haste, Gremlin. So that's pretty damn good, actually. Good card for Gremlins, and a Live Fast. Lots of Kaladesh and Theros block stuff, then. Tidy conclusion. Accomplished Automatron and Mutant. Someone's going to say in a second this is actually not what's it? It's not actually Theros block, it's something else. Furious Reprisal with Angari Chandra there. Is it Chandra or Chandra? Deals 2 damage to each of target characters and or players. So it's 4 damage split across 2 targets for 4. But Bolt, though, I'm just saying, now that's the Chandra I've been waiting to see, says, quotes Liliana. Rakdos shipping? Rakdos shipping? Is that the term it is? I prefer girl shipping, or hashtag girlfriends, I don't know. Nissa is best girl, hashtag. Hashtag Nissa is best girl. So what do we have here? Another uncommon from Kaladesh. Crit. Ceremonious Rejection. Counter target colorless spell. Hey, look! It's the card that gets rid of Eldrazi as a deck entirely. Which I think was like the previous block or something. Maybe. Die Young from Kaladesh. Renegade Tactics from Kaladesh. Thriving Ibrick. Part of the thriving stuff for energy counters, and Nimble Innovator. At least I don't have to buy Kaladesh packs now. So we have Wayward Giant, an uncommon land, which is Sequestered Stash. Add blank to your mana pool, or for 4, tap it, sacrifice, put top 5 cards over your graveyard, then you put a artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library. What? One part of me says this card is trash, another part says someone somewhere out there has made this ridiculously broken. But it's an uncommon, and it will probably go in my artifacts deck because it's a deck that can run colorless lands. This isn't too bad if you really need this specific card. Very bad, I guess. Then we have Fast Wingsmith and Chandra's Pyrohelix, which is basically a worse shock. And Dukhara Scavenger, which is a crocodile, not a duck. Missed a joke there. Could have made it a duck. Yeah, I've been putting the lands in the right place. For starters, I haven't even been putting them. I just want to make sure all the lands are actually in a separate pile. Yeah, they are. So we have another Ireland. We have Aetherborn Marauder, which is another uncommon Kaladesh, 4 cost. It's a 2/2 flying lifelinker for 4. Some good keywords there. When that's battlefield, remove any +1 number of +1s from other opponents' control onto this. Oh, I think I pulled on these actually a while back, and it's actually really good in black-green. It's now a 12/12 with lifelink and flying. Fuck you. Shame it's an Aetherborn and not an elf, though. Then again, it would be broken, I suppose. High Tide Hermit. Tassel Dromedary. This is a camel. It's a 1/04 camel. An Appetite for the Unnatural, not Appetite for Destruction, which is, if you guys know what that is, you'll win a prize. I say a prize, I'm not at the no guarantee. Live Fast, Harsh Scrutiny, uncommon from Kaladesh, which I do actually run in my Nicol Bolas Commander, because it's a 1-cost scry that can also Thought Seize. Sort of Thought Seize. Which also I pulled, talking of Thought Seize, I pulled the Masterpiece Invocation of it the other day. So pretty, except I can't read Egyptian, sir. Acrobatic Maneuver, some Kaladesh, a Mutant, and another uncommon from Kaladesh, crikey. Oval Chase Daredevil, so a reference to oval racing, which is, an American, stock car thing. So that's kind of an interesting, reference.
Forecast 4/2. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Or its name, but let's just say this card. Let me guess, you thought I was dead. Nice. Interesting mechanic. So basically this is always in your hand. So I guess, realistically, you don't summon this. You use effects which require you to discard a card to do stuff, and then play an artifact and put it back into your hand. So basically the discard effect of your discard effects was free! And that's how you use that. Metagaming with Jax. Let's see, we have Voldakan Blade Master, and the Voldakans I now returned in Guild of Ravnica. Another Thriving Goat Boy. Another High Tide Hermit. Hermit to purple! We have another uncommon, which is Consigned to Dust, not Consigned to Oblivion. 3 costs with Strive for 3. Destroy any number of target artifacts and/or enchantments. That's not bad, actually. That's actually quite good. And that was the Theros block uncommon. We have, and also Glassblower's Puzzle Knot, which is energy based, which is kind of cool. And you also scry. Scry 2 and 2 energy, but 2 is crazy. And for 3, you can also scry 2. You can cast 3 including a blue and get the same effect again, but by sacrificing it. Bearing in mind, I actually really want to create an energy token based deck with Mirrorworks and that now, because I feel like that'd be just utterly broken. Because isn't there something where you basically win the game if you have enough energy? Or like, opponent loses the game, I don't know. Let's see, next pack. Oh, there was a loose card amongst these. Torch Gauntlet, which I now have as a holo, which is like, okay, sure. Wayward Giant. Hunt the Weak. That's like a, what do they call it? Evergreen card. Demolish. We have an uncommon, which is another Console Shield card. And Foundry Screecher, which is actually not bad. That's essentially, most of the time, a 3/1 for 3. With flying. Okay, it's not great, but it's not bad either. And we have Prakata Pillarbug, which is not bad. Thriving Rats are part of the Thriving set. Because there's Thriving and there's... Yeah, it's Thriving, isn't it? And then Demolish. Creeping Mole, so an uncommon from Kaladesh. What 4 cost? Destroy target land, artifact, enchantment, or land. That's pretty good, since green doesn't usually have destroy land effects, as far as I'm aware. It's mostly red, and that one Growl card, it is technically green, but technically red as well. It's Growl colors. And another uncommon, which is Consulate Surveillance, not Enhanced Surveillance, but 4 cost gives you 4 energy counters, and you can pay 2, prevent all damage to be dealt to you this turn by a source of your choice. Interesting! Which is actually kind of good if you're playing against a deck like I run, which is put +1/+1, a lot of them in one creature. You just go, oh, and I take no damage from that this turn. Fuck you. And let's be honest, creating a lot of energy, we realise it's not that difficult. This actually means that I won't have to buy nearly as much Kaladesh stuff, because I was getting some Kaladesh stuff together for decks. Because funny enough, Kaladesh is one of the deck sets that I kind of didn't get into, because it was just before I started getting back into Magic, which was an Arm and Cat. We have a land. We have another uncommon, jeez. Incendiary Sabotage, so 4 costs. There's additional cost to cast, sack an artifact, 3 damage to each creature. It's not bad. Isn't there Sweltering Suns, which basically is the same for 3? I think. Yeah. That was like a couple sets later, so this is forgiven. That's actually pretty damn good. And you could sack an artifact that gets an effect when it dies, like, I think there's something in this set where it's Dominaria, where, like, Treasure Keeper? Yeah. Cowl Prowler, it's a worm. Prakata Club Security, and Prophetic Prism. That's alright, it's a 2 cost draw card, and you can also color fix. Which means that if you Mirrorworks it, you pay 4 mana, draw 2, which is basically like a slightly more expensive divination, but it also creates 2 artifacts that you could turn into creatures with other things, and requires no blue. I don't know, I'm like, strategy time with Jax. We have Morphist Squad, Mind Drop, Plains, another Plains, and another uncommon from Kaladesh, Sky Whaler Shot. Destroy target creature to power 3 or greater, scry 1. That's not bad. You get a scry and it's in a destruction, which is normally a black thing, not a white thing. Don't think too much into that. Okay. Love this. There's so many of these. Wow, this is gonna be a series kind of thing, I think. Dramatic Reversal. Amazing card. Untap all non-land permanents you control. That's going to one side because I'm going to be using that when the next... That's definitely something that will be used in the next block when we get like Simic. I know, it's modern, but... Ridiculous! For 2 mana, untap all non-land permanents you control. All of them. So if you're playing stuff like, oh, I don't know, Gilded Lotus, Mana Rocks, it pays for itself for 2 mana. A self-paying effect, most of the time, that untaps everything at instant speed. As a common. Wizards. The fuck? We'll do one more little booster, and then we'll call it for the episode. So, we're gonna get... Let's see. Yeah, another camel. We have... Renegade Tactics. We have another uncommon. Janjit Sentry, 3-cost Voldican Soldier. Gets, 2-inch count when it comes into play. You can tap and pay 2. You may tap or untap target artifact or creature. Untapping things. So good. Oh yeah. And we have another uncommon. Okay, we have another uncommon from, I think, like Theros block. Flame Speaker Adept. Whenever you scry, gets +2/+0 against first strike at the end of turn. Oh damn, it's already a 2/3 for 3. So, not the most optimal, but +2/+0 on first strike. If you're playing this, you're playing scry because that was the deck type in the set. And we have a 5-cost Tezzeret's Ambition. Draw 3, control no artifacts, discard. For 5? Fuck out of here. Anyway, that's it for this episode. We still have lots more to do. So this has been Kenny Jackson. This has been Magic the Gathering deck joblot. I'll see you friends and family in the next video. Bye bye for now.